Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's Zach, and it's not what it looks like. This isn't going in that. This has already been in that, and I'm gonna go over that today. So this is my first engine that I built about 3.5, 4 years ago. It was a stock 5.3. When I bought it, it had over 300,000 miles on it. So I decided to have it cleaned up, bored out, and new whenever I put it in the S10, which was a 4.3, and it blew up in November 2015. So January 2016, this went to the machine shop, and I got it back in January of 17. So it was gone for a year. I spent the summer of 17 building parts up to finish this and to finish the S10 because I was kind of broke at the time. And I finally got it finished in late 2017. Then in early 2018, it went into the truck, and it didn't last very long. And I'll show you what happened to it. And it was a major heartbreaker. Like I've said before, I don't care what you say about wearing gloves, I'm wearing them because I don't want to get dirty right now. And this thing has been sitting for a while. So what we have here is a Gen 3 5.3 that has been punched over 30, which makes it a 5.4 330 cubic inch LS engine. It's got flat top pistons in it, and I think Ls1 rods. I can't remember. Like I said, it's been a long time. But the good stuff is what is underneath. Struggle bus. This dude hasn't been messed with in 2 years. Over 2 years. This engine, I put everything I had into building this one, and it lasted a solid 2 minutes. And then it chucked 2 rods. You can see all the scarring here on the crank. There's more scarring down there. There's just carnage everywhere. So, you're wondering what happened to it. I will tell you. So like everybody else in the Ls Swapped S10 community, I tried to do things cheap, and it bit me in the butt, bit me in the ass. What I did, I gathered a lot of parts that were used or like hand-me-downs and or bought secondhand, and I didn't test them. I put the engine together correctly. Everything was done, it was torqued down, the crank was torqued down the way it was supposed to be, the 90 degrees, I can't remember what all it is, but it was torqued down correct. The oil galley was primed, the oil pump was primed, I mean, everything was done by the book. Except, when I put my injectors in, I didn't test them with the spark plugs out to make sure that they would work. So, whenever I fired the engine up, cylinder number 8, the injector stuck open and just poured fuel into the cylinder, and my persistent ass kept cranking and making it run, and it hydrolocked and broke 7 and 8, sending all kinds of junk metal through the engine. It almost wiped out my 220R cam, which I kind of wish it would have, so I would have went ahead and got a BTR cam. I'll show you the video, the way this thing sounded, as bad as it was knocking. I'll show that to you now. So what the Turtle Man is gonna do, aka Turtle Man being me, not yee, but Turtle Man, last name Turtle, stick with me, is I'm gonna build me a 6-liter heads cam, probably keeping the stock truck intake with about a 250, 300 shot of nitrous, Probably gonna keep that 4L60 in there. And we're gonna shoot for the moon, and we're gonna try to run us a 7, or a, let's see here, not no 7, we ain't gonna go that fast. We're gonna try to run us a 950. I'd like to see a 1050 on this motor. That's pushing it though. But I'm gonna build this engine up. No, I'm not. But I'm gonna put as much nitrous to this engine as I think it can handle. It'll probably be on video whenever it explodes. I hope so. We're gonna go 200 shot here very soon. Once I go back to the racetrack to see what I can run out of this one. And then after that, we're gonna go up to 200 shot, see what it runs. And then from there, we'll probably inch up towards about a 250 shot. Because I don't think this bottom end's gonna hold a whole lot. Next thing up on the list for upgrades is shocks, front and rear. I'll have a video up on that whenever I get around to buying them, because they're kind of expensive. And then after that, I've got some other projects for the truck, so that will make a good video, and it should be pretty informative for you guys. So now we're gonna go take a look at the paperwork on this old engine and maybe cry a little bit more. Yeah, buddy. Are you helping me? You're in the way. A little over 3.5 years ago. Everything that was done. Honed, cleaned, all this. Scoot your boot. This was done. Oh, that's just a receipt. Balanced. All that. Seal power piston. It's been in the house for a while. See where the valve was turning the piston inside. If you're gonna do an LS swap and you get used parts from somebody, make sure that you test them, especially injectors. Make sure you test them before you install them, because you could end up like me. However much money this is, quite a bit, and it just be scrap iron. Sure, you could reuse the block and the crank if it's not bent, and the other 6 pistons and rods, but who wants to do that? Might as well just buy another engine. 200 bucks. You can't, they're that cheap. That's gonna be all for this episode. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. Come back for more S10 action here in the near future, and we'll see it. Do you have anything to tell the subscribers? Hello, Mr. Shadow.